Class is in session. Welcome back to Digital Scribeology. I am your professor, your coach, your instructor, Nayim Edwards. Today we are talking about Law 3, concealing your intentions. Now, when we talk about concealing your intentions, the first thing people think when you go into business or you're going into any type of situation is you're supposed to be so open, you're supposed to be so vulnerable in a situation. You just come out and tell everybody every single thing that's going on. Transparency is a word people like to throw around, nonsense and shit like that. You never, ever want to come out and tell your client what your next step is. You never, ever want to come out and tell your client the why, or go into a situation where a why will even have to be revealed, because this gives too many opportunities for people to not only steal from you and steal your ideas, but it gives them too many opportunities to sabotage what you have going on. A lot of times, often, we think the more transparent we are, the more trust is being gained, and the more people will be susceptible to giving us more than what they came into the situation to give us. That is absolutely not the case. Like, I would say it is the exact opposite. A lot of times when you're dealing with these motherfuckers and you dealing with these clients and you working with people, you could have the intention, or you could have the goal or the end or whatever you're trying to get to. Yours could be, I want to work with 100 people and then see how much money I can make. I want to work with 100 people and see how much better my quality gets from this to that. I need this bit of information so I can take back, so another person can use this information in a fight for somebody else, right? Even though it sounds deceptive, and in this season, in this class, in this course, a lot of the stuff that goes on, you're gonna find out it can be kind of grim, but I'm telling you the mechanics you need to survive in this industry. As if you decide that you want to be a scribe, by the end of this, you're gonna understand why it makes sense. You never come out and you tell your plans. You never come out and reveal whatever, because the same way you walked into a situation thinking, if I'm transparent and I'm honest and I'm sharing and I'm doing this and we're working together, so we're friends. That's not the case. We're working together because clientele relationship. You know what I'm saying? Like, you thought that being an open book and being a vessel and being a muse was all good. The other side is thinking the same thing, but you can't go into shit like that. That's just not how you're supposed to be. A lot of times people have ulterior motives. People have, especially when it comes to going into shit, people like to do the small talk shit before you start working, and that's just to, like, it's like an icebreaker. You remember when you was in school, they had like the icebreakers, or you go to a job and everybody getting to know each other and we doing an icebreaker or some shit like that. It's no different. People will actually come into situations with you and their mind and their head is not in the game. Their head is not in the game at all. And they're thinking like, I'm working with this person. It's all good. I'm working with this person. They should have my best interests at mind. Not forgetting that I've said this on previous shows, but I've said this in previous settings as well. Like, Exhibit has a line on the song Motherfucker, and it says, handle your business, homie, because ain't no homies in business. So many people in this business be so fucking phony. There's been no truer statement, no truer sentiments out here. You can't do that. You shouldn't do that in the beginning, not in the beginning, but you shouldn't do that anyway, because if you have an issue or a problem or some company shit or anything that's going on with one side, why do you think that these people wouldn't take your vulnerabilities and people wouldn't take your sensitivities, and people wouldn't take your information, sell it to somebody else, give it to somebody else, take what you have to completely sabotage what you have going on. And it's always going to be something you thought wasn't that big of a deal. It's kind of like if you got a business deal on the line, right? And we talking about music, but it could be anything, but this is a music class. This is music business class. If you have a deal on the line, or you have some partnership or something on the line, and there's disparaging information out about you that has not hit the public, you can still go on and do your deal as long as nobody knows the disparaging information about you. Opposed to you decided that you was going to walk into a studio with a motherfucker, pour your heart out, sing whatever, be vulnerable. This person that got the information, now when they get mad at you, they can get the information to somebody else. Now when they get mad at you, they can go off with your information and do this. Or when shit don't go right, because we have so many examples of, as soon as you say no, that's how you see how people really act and how they feel. As soon as you say no, or as soon as shit don't go their way, or as soon as things are not working out, people start showing who they are for real. How you handle rejection lets me know a lot about what's going on inside of you. Give a fuck what all this, how great it is when we getting along. How you handle the criticism, how you handle the rejection lets me know what you got going on upstairs. That's why you don't come out and whatever. And it's just like and it's certain types of rejection when we talk about handling shit or whatever, but you are more prone and more susceptible to being sabotaged when everybody knows everything about you. You should damn near you cannot personalize this shit. Keep that shit a secret. Keep it on the low. And a secret is only as good as if it's kept with you. Because if it's not just between you and yourself, whoever else know the secret would have to go to the grave first. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is. Don't put yourself in a position to be sabotaged. Don't put yourself. Get down. Get down. Don't put yourself in a position to be sabotaged. Don't put yourself in a position where somebody could take something about you and ruin everything that you're building up, and ruin everything that you worked for, because you thought you had a friend when it came down to doing work. You thought you had a friend when it came down to getting the job done or hitting the end goal. That is not true. You should walk into every situation, even if it's your mama, I don't care who it is. If it's your grandma with a pie in her hand, if it's time to go sell your pies in the store, grandma, we not friends. We working. We at work, grandma. We don't have no friends at work. Like I said, the workplace is more of a battlefield. Now we on the same side, and I've said in previous lessons I've said in a previous lesson about being on the battlefield and everybody is in their own country. However, if you selling pies with your grandma, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you selling pies with grandma, nobody else needs to know about what it took to do the recipe. Nobody else needs to know the family drama. Nobody else needs to know that grandma is anti-glove. You know what I'm saying? Because all of this stuff can be used against you and used against you and your grandmother's end goal. If I'm making sense. You know what I'm saying? Never open yourself up. Stop being fucking vulnerable. Stop all of that. That shit is only nice on the track. When it comes to handling business, being vulnerable is not going to get you nothing but sabotage. Vulnerability makes it easier to sabotage you. Stop it. Stop that shit. Stop it. We doing work. We handling business. And even if you're in a job where it's whatever, how do you think people are able to be doctors and work in hospitals and shit and work with cancer patients? It's because you can be compassionate, you can be empathetic, but you don't have to be vulnerable to attacks and people sabotaging your shit and fucking your shit up and fucking your shit over. You know what I'm saying? So this is going to conclude today's lesson. Concealing your intentions. Do not allow your vulnerabilities to be the reason why you can't reach your end goal. I am your professor, your instructor, your coach, Nayim Edwards. This is Digital Scribeology. Make sure you come back tomorrow for lesson 4. Class dismissed.